Thank you for downloading this podcast. I know that what I have to share with you today from our Life Clinic series, Living in Faith Every Day, will bless you. Remember to like us at Dr. Millicent Hunter and go to our website, MillicentHunterMinistries.com. Now prepare yourself for our podcast message that is guaranteed to bless your life today. We've been talking about being blindsided or caught off guard by difficulties and hurtful situations in our life. You know, if you learn how to spiritually get out of the way so that you can come to an understanding of God's plan and God's purpose for the difficulty in your life, you will grow, and that challenge will be a blessing to you. You know, any problem or challenge that interferes with your well-being and quality of life must be addressed, because if unresolved, the stress and the worry that those challenges produce are just as damaging as any physical disease. Instead of addressing the issue at hand, we sometimes forge ahead as if ignoring a problem or challenge will make it go away. But you know that that never happens. You have to understand something very important and very significant, and it is this: pain is nature's alarm clock. Yes, physical pain is a necessary part of life. And really, when you think about it, pain is a good thing, because it is nature's way of signaling to us. It is the body's way of telling you that something is wrong in your physical body that must be addressed. Pain, then, is a physical indicator that says some action must be taken on your part in order to make you feel better. Think of it like this: that piercing pain on your left side might be a warning that your appendix is about to rupture. That blinding headache that doesn't seem to go away no matter what kind of medication that you take or how many cold compresses you apply to your forehead might just be a warning sign that you need to pay attention to. I thought about all of the signs in my friend's physical body when she had a crisis in her life. I thought surely something is going wrong. And even though my friend, when she had that difficult situation, thought that she would never experience something like a heart attack at such a young age, the physical indicator of pain in her body was a signal that something just was not right. So when you have a different perspective about pain, you can think of it like this. You can say, "Thank God for pain." I'm thinking about a book entitled 10 Fingers of God by Dorothy Clark Wilson, and she talks about Dr. Paul Brand, a noted leprosy expert who was chief of the rehabilitation branch of the leprosarium in Carville, Louisiana. Dr. Brand, she says, had a frightening experience one night when he thought he had contracted leprosy. After a long, exhausting train ride from the English coast, he was getting ready for bed. He had taken off his shoes, and as he pulled off a sock, he discovered that there was no feeling in the heel of his left foot. Now, to most anyone else, this discovery would have meant very little, maybe just a momentary numbness. But Dr. Brand was world famous for his restorative surgery on lepers. He had convinced himself and his staff at the leprosarium that there was no danger of infection from leprosy after it reached a certain stage. But the numbness in the heel of his left foot terrified him. He rose mechanically, found a pen, sat down again, pricked the small area below his ankle. He felt no pain. He thrust the pen even deeper until a speck of blood showed. Still, he felt no pain. He felt nothing. He thought, like other workers with leprosy, he might someday get that dreaded disease also. In the beginning, probably not a day had gone by without the automatic searching of his body for the telltale patch and the numbed area of skin. All that night, the great orthopedic surgeon tried to imagine his new life as a leper, an outcast. His medical staff's confidence in their immunity shattered by his disaster and the forced separation from his family. As night receded, he yielded to hope, and in the morning, with clinical objectivity and steady fingers, he bared the skin below his ankle, jabbed in the point, and yelled. Blessed was the sensation of pain. He realized that during the long train ride, sitting immobile, he had numbed a nerve. From then on, whenever Dr. Brand cut his finger, turned an ankle, even when he suffered from agonizing nausea, as his whole body reacted in violent self-protection from mushroom poisoning, he was to respond with fervent gratitude. Thank God for pain. I want to share with you that pain has a protecting purpose. When a healthy person has an injured leg, he develops a limp that prepares him or her from putting weight on it. A leper sometimes wear away a wounded part of the body because a person with leprosy feels no pain. That individual might burn a cigarette down until it burns their skin and never feels it. That person might have pain to protect him or her. Pain is a sign. It is a sign of God's love. What pain does, beloved, it tells us that something is wrong. What pain does, it helps to protect us from harm. Pain is a sign of God's love because pain forces you to do something. Pain forces you to address an area in your physical being that might otherwise go unnoticed. In a similar way, the pain of a crisis, a challenge, a problem in your life tells you that there is some area of your spiritual life that must be addressed. Remember, all pain has purpose. If God allows it, that means God has a plan and a purpose in the midst of it. That is why it is so important for you to step into the Life Clinic and live in faith every day. I know this word blessed you and really spoke into your life. Make sure that you use God's prescriptions for successful living in the Word of God. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Make sure that you like us at Dr. Millicent Hunter, and certainly go to our website, MillicentHunterMinistries.com. Pass the word that this podcast is going around the world and blessing so many people. Until next time, stay blessed.